fire ignites passion and creativity. Free your imagination with the slim, sleek, and beautiful new Huawei P8.
Let's be honest, our cell phones have taken over just about everything else in our lives, from our music to our cameras, and increasingly as our video cameras. A very smart journalist and filmmaker, Naashon Zalk, down in Cape Town, has found and started a very clever school teaching people filmmaking techniques using their smartphones. I went to go take a look.
I realized that there's a massive need for video content, particularly online. But the problem is that using the traditional production method, video is very expensive and time-consuming to produce. What I think I've done, is I've taken my kind of 20 years of media experience and I've distilled it down into the essentials that people need to know about making simple videos for online.
There are really these skills, the kind of old school skills, but these new devices have incredible power. They're half the size, a fraction of the size. They've got better battery life. And if you can shoot a movie like Rodriguez's Searching for Sugar Man, you could do anything, can't you?
Well, I mean, there was a film which came out at Sundance Film Festival this year called Tangerine, which was shot entirely on an iPhone 5S. So the technology is not the impediment to filmmaking. It's the understanding of how to make simple films and simple videos. What I'm doing is, apart from the technology, is teaching ordinary people with very simple techniques, not about the concepts of filmmaking, but how to make very specific videos for their needs.
I mean, I've watched you give people this kind of education, this kind of tutorial, and there's a keenness, but also, you know, the technology is now no longer an impediment. It's like driving a car. Once you can drive a car, you learn all the other skills.
Oh, absolutely, and I think also we live in we live in a visual age. Our tagline is "Learn to speak video." And that's what people want to do. They recognize the emotional power of video and they want to learn how to make it to promote their businesses, to promote their message, whatever that happens to be. So you don't have to go to film school, you don't have to buy expensive film equipment. You need a smartphone and a very small kit of quite basic equipment, and with the right teaching you're ready to go.
Indeed, I mean, video is the largest growing segment of the internet, and it's going to carry on growing. And I like this phrase of yours, learn to speak video, because at the end of the day, it's what apps like Instagram and Snapchat and all these other social media apps do. So if you know how to shoot a good video, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's becoming crucial for your sort of online presence. All of the big platforms and social media networks recognize the growing importance of video. Google owns YouTube, and you'll actually, if you produce relevant video, will get higher search rankings and higher hits on your website if you put video on your website. Facebook is investing heavily in video. That's why they bought Instagram. That's why Instagram is moving into video. Twitter's trying to catch up and is trying to introduce visuals into their platform. So everybody recognizes that video is growing exponentially.